the past several weeks, I've been introducing the argument from design, which says that for any given thing X, premise 1, X is either designed, or the result of chance, or the result of natural law, or the combination of chance and natural law. Premise 2, X is not the result of chance or natural law, or the combination of both. Conclusion, therefore, X is the result of design. The idea is that if this argument holds true for the universe, then the universe must be designed. In other words, God exists. We're looking in particular at premise 2 and how we can tell that something must have been designed. Now, William Dembski has proposed 3 factors that he says support the design inference: contingency, complexity, and specificity. Now, over the past 2 weeks, I defined contingency and complexity, so this week we're going to define specificity. Specificity means more than that something is just so complex that it's unlikely to have arisen by chance. It means that something exhibits a pattern above and beyond its mere improbability. Christian apologist Douglas Groothuis uses the example of someone throwing a dart against the side of a barn. The odds of a randomly thrown dart ending up at any particular spot on the side of that barn are equal. But if we compare the odds of it ending up at one particular spot versus all other spots combined, it would be far less likely for the dart to end up at that one spot as opposed to literally any other. But the mere fact that it landed in one particularly improbable place doesn't mean the throw wasn't random. After all, it had to end up somewhere. But suppose we specify a target in advance by painting a bullseye on the side of that barn. Now, if the dart hits that particular location at the center of the bullseye, it starts to look a lot less likely that the throw was random, and much more plausible that it was the result of a gifted dart thrower intentionally aiming for that location. Our 2 examples could even both be talking about the same spot on the barn. But if you hit that spot when there isn't a bullseye on it, we can't reasonably conclude that you were aiming for it. But if you hit it with the bullseye painted on it, especially if you do it over and over again, then we can safely say that there was intent behind the throw. The fact that the bullseye points to a specific location is an example of specificity. If all 3 are present and something exhibits contingency, complexity, and specificity, then the only reasonable conclusion is that it was designed. Those 3 factors rule out chance and natural law, leaving design as the only option. Next week, we're going to take a look at a common objection to the design argument, the claim that it amounts to nothing more than a fallacious God of the gaps. I'll explain what that means next week. God bless.